Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our NFL Week 15 preview between the Arizona Cardinals and the Tennessee Titans. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with the Cardinals. Now here are some in-game adjustments that you want to watch out for in this ball game. You want to keep an eye on that Cardinals offense, and if they go quick in the passing game, I like what I see from the Titans secondary. They match up very well versus this Cardinals receiving core, and they may have to go quick in the passing game to move the football. And they have to stay versatile on the back end. Even without Tyrann Mathieu, their excellent rookie safety corner hybrid, they still have enough talent on the back end, even with a guy like Tony Jefferson, to be versatile on the back end versus this Titans passing game. And I would also look for creative pass protection to try to keep Carson Palmer clean in the pocket. If they're keeping him well protected, this offense will definitely be able to move the football. And for the Titans in this ballgame, I think it's imperative that they work those tight ends into this ballgame very early. That neutralizes the 3-4 defense. It also can help them out in a running game. So getting the tight ends involved early versus the Cardinals could lead to a lot of success for Tennessee. And I would also look at the cornerbacks pressing at the line of scrimmage. Like I mentioned before, I think they match up very well with the personnel of the Arizona Cardinals at the receiver position. So I think they can go press at the line of scrimmage and force Carson Palmer to hold that football entirely too long. I think they have to find ways to weakening the 3-4 defense. One way they can do so, double tight end sets. And another way is utilizing your 3 and 4 wide receiver sets, still being able to run your inside zone and also going empty at times to run the quick passing game. But they have to find ways to weaken that 3-4 defense of Arizona. Now here are some coaching points for both teams in this ballgame. For Arizona, the run game creativity will be key. Not saying they can't run the football, but the Titans' defensive front is very stout at the point of attack, so you may have to get creative in how you block up front in order to get the ground game going. The defensive line has to beat the guards to the spot. The Titans are a team that love to move their guards left to right, moving their tackles on different power plays, so you have to beat these guys to the spot if you want to have success. You also want to force Ryan Fitzpatrick to throw into trap defenses. He's a guy, he's a see it, throw it type of a passer. You can influence him into a bad decision by playing trap defenses, especially on those crossers. And for the Titans in this ballgame, we've talked about this a lot, but Ryan Fitzpatrick is a very athletic quarterback, so I would utilize his athleticism to your advantage offensively, maybe getting him on the move, maybe even utilizing some quarterback draws in the red zone. So I think that's how they can have some success versus Arizona. And on defense, zone blitzing Carson Palmer could lead to a big play on defense, perhaps getting a pass breakup or even better, an interception. And I would also keep it condensed on offense by formation. That also ties into the point of how you can weaken that 3-4 defense. You want to create those natural rub routes and pick routes for your wide receivers. They do have some talent at the receiving core, and I think they could generate a big play in the passing game by doing so. And the X factor for the Cardinals will be their safety play. Like I mentioned before, they're going to be without Tyrann Mathieu for the rest of the season with the torn ACL and LCL, but they do have talent on the back end with Tony Jefferson, who's also a rookie and is also very versatile. He can play corner in the slot. He can also play safety, free or strong. So they have to have great safety play this week versus Tennessee in order to have some success. And the X factor for the Titans will be that interior offensive line. If they can own the line of scrimmage, the running game will get going early, and that way they can operate off balance. But the interior offensive line will have their hands full versus that very talented Cardinals defensive front three. I like the Cardinals in this ballgame. They've been playing with great balance on offense, and on defense, they've been applying pressure and slowing down the running game. Now, this week versus Tennessee, I think they will have some success running the football versus that very tough Titans defensive front. And on defense, they'll do a great job in getting pressure on Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I like the Cardinals to win this one on the road. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Cardinal fan forums and Titan fan forums for always showing football game plan support.